to go live. I need to turn off this music first. Hopefully that won't be a copyright. Welcome. This is Jack from tofluency.com. It is Wednesday morning at 10:30. And this is the To Fluency Show. This is a show where you can learn English in a fun way. Hopefully you're going to enjoy this lesson. And if you are here live, then please say hi and tell me where you are watching this from. The time changed at the weekend, so some people might be confused about the time. And in Europe and elsewhere, it's going to change next week. It's so confusing. But I am going to talk about that soon. So today's lesson is going to be a lot of fun today. I'm just going to... here I am. I'm sorry. I had the presentation on. But hello, welcome. It is 10:30 in the morning. I'm so excited about this lesson. As I say, we go live every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. We go live more than that as well, but every Wednesday at 10:30. I'm going to have to look at the comments. So many people are saying hi. Devitt is here, Saber, Long Van, Paladine, they're going too fast. I can't read them all, but we have people from Spain, Ecuador, Morocco, Brazil. Hopefully that's correct. Cito Torres from Spain. It's been a while, Cito Torres. Good to see you. We've got Hazia from Iraq, someone from Vietnam, Turkey, Ukraine, Turkey but living in London, Vietnam, India, Saudi Arabia. How cool is this? Yeah, I forgot to turn on my camera. That's why you couldn't see it. Estella, I don't think I'll be able to watch it live next week. Oh no. And then there isn't a lesson the week after that because I'm on vacation. So we'll have to just see how it goes. But thank you everybody for joining live. Donny says it is 3:30 where she is, 8 p.m. in India. And that's why I sent out an email to people today, because I knew it would be confusing, very, very confusing. And hopefully that email has been sent out. So let's have a quick look. Okay, if you are new here, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go back to the comment section. Today, your shirt is very strange. It's not very nice. This is a fantastic shirt. It's a flannel shirt. It's very comfortable. It is freezing outside, about minus 12 degrees Celsius. And I had to wrap up warm this morning. I had to really wrap up warm. Pablo says, I'm from the place where you met your wife. So Pablo is from Ecuador. Very cool. If you are new here, subscribe. And if you have already subscribed, click that notification bell. So then you get a notification every time I go live. So I just got a notification on my phone saying, hey, we're live. So click that notification bell. Please do that. It means that you'll get a notification, like I say, every time we go live. So, look at this. Spring forward, fall back. Spring forward, fall back. Okay? This helps you remember what happens to the clocks when the time changes in spring and in fall. So in spring, we spring forward. So the hour goes forward 1 hour. And people like to say, this is the bad one. Because you have to wake up an hour earlier on Monday morning. It feels really strange. Luckily, my son has been waking up at 8 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. It feels so much better. In fall, the clocks go back 1 hour. But what's confusing is that in Brazil, for example, it's the opposite. And they don't happen at the same time. So 1 week, there's an hour difference, then it's 2 hour difference, then it's a 3 hour difference. It's so confusing. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. That's why I sent out an email this morning. But that's how you can remember it. Spring forward, fall back. Let's look at the comment section. Rosa really likes Elvis. I translate Elvis books from English into Portuguese. So we have a big Elvis fan here. Does anyone else like Elvis Presley? Please let me know in the chat. And if you're watching the replay of this lesson, then know that this gets me every time, that this live chat is for people watching live. You won't be able to see this. It's set for on the screen. We have Santo Diablo from Panama. I watched a film about Roberto Duran the other day, or I watched half of the film. It's really interesting. He's from Panama. What time is it there now? It is 10:36 a.m. 10:36 a.m. Very cool. So, next thing we're going to talk about, well, let's just go straight into some pronunciation, okay? We're going to look at voiced and unvoiced sounds. And this is just a good thing to know. So a voiced sound is when your vocal cords vibrate, okay? So when your vocal cords vibrate, this part here, when this vibrates, it's called a voiced sound. When they don't vibrate, it's called an unvoiced sound, okay? And let's just practice this really quickly. Listen to the following two words. Fast, vast. Fast, vast. Now, watch my mouth when I say them. Fast, vast. Fast, vast. Now, you can probably notice a slight difference, but everything else is the same except for fast. The vocal cords don't vibrate. But when I say vast, the vocal cords vibrate. So let's just practice that. I want you to say this to just out loud, no matter where you are. Just repeat after me. Fast, vast. Fast, vast. And to help you make these sounds, your top teeth touch the back of your bottom lip, like that. Fast, vast. Fast, vast. Good. Another good difference is this. Pay, bay. Pay, bay. B, they vibrate. P, they don't vibrate. So again, watch my mouth. Pay, bay. Pay, bay. That's the difference with that one. So let's practice again. Just repeat after me. Pay, bay. Pay, bay. Very good. Very good. I'm going to read some comments here. We're going to have a look. A lot of people are asking me lots of questions. We're going to put the questions for the end. So if you have questions that, for example, can and can't, please, or could you explain about went wrong, save these questions for the end. And during the lesson, try to focus on what we're doing. Okay, so if we're talking about pronunciation, then do this. Your micro is a little small. Can you fix it? Do we have a problem with the sound of the microphone again? Let's have a look. System preferences. I'm going to go into my sounds and turn up my microphone if possible. No, it's on the maximum. It's on the maximum level. So, yeah, hopefully that'll be okay. Let's go back to the presentation. Okay, so let's just practice one more time. Fast, vast. Pay, bay. Very good. Now, did you watch this lesson? Did you watch our conversation? Look how happy we are. I'm smiling. My wife's laughing. We have such a good time recording these videos. Hopefully the next time we record a video, one of these conversations, we won't have Emma with us, so we can just focus solely on the conversation. And in this last conversation, I had to delete part of the conversation because my baby, you can just see her there, she was kicking the microphone. So I had to delete part of the conversation. But we talked about the future. We talked about self-driving cars. We talked about what we think the future is going to be like, whether we're optimists or pessimists. And yeah, we just had a lot of fun in that lesson. Guys, did you watch it? The sound is good here. Good. Your couple looks so sweet. Yeah, we love making these lessons. We actually wanted to do this about 4 years ago, but we had a son and we never found the time to do it. So we decided to do it recently because we were just waiting too long. But you can watch that conversation. It's on my channel. It's easy to find, and you'll be able to watch that conversation. But the reason I'm talking about it is because I said this. Self-driving cars could explode at any moment. Self-driving cars could explode at any moment. And my wife said this. Not literally. Not literally. Okay? Because this expression, this sentence, could be idiomatic or it could be literal. So a literal way to talk about this is basically saying that they will explode, they will blow up. They will blow up like they have a big problem with them and that they're not safe to drive. But the idiomatic expression of this is saying that they could become popular or increase rapidly. So basically what I was saying, that these cars could become really popular in a short amount of time. They could increase, the people using them could increase very, very quickly. So that's why it was funny. Sometimes when you explain a joke, it's not that funny. But if you go to the video, and at about 10 minutes, 20 seconds, I think, we talk about this. So this is just an example. A lot of jokes in English, a lot of times when things are funny, are because of the difference between a literal expression and an idiomatic expression, or just a change in our assumption of what someone is saying. So a lot of jokes are based on this type of language. And I think it's a really good thing to know. Self-driving cars could explode at any moment. It could mean that they could blow up, or it means that they could, in the figurative way, to become very popular very quickly. Okay? So it's a really good thing to know. Here's another example. I want this YouTube channel to explode. I want this YouTube channel to explode. Obviously, I want this to increase rapidly. I don't want it to literally explode, but I want it in an idiomatic sense to explode, which means become really popular. So you can help me do that. If you're enjoying this lesson, hit the thumbs up button and also click the share button. I think on your phone, I'm going to have a look. I think you can share things on your phone. This is what it's like. So, yeah, just click that share button just underneath the video. Click share and then share it on Facebook, Gmail, Google Plus, Twitter, email, messages, WhatsApp. Share it in any kind of way. It's kind of strange watching myself here. 168 people are watching live. Fantastic. I think our record is 172. So if you guys share this video, we can beat our record. 171. I'm going to keep a close eye on that. So please share this video. Let's go back to the comment section. Self-driving cars could become popular in the near future. Yeah, and that's my prediction. I think that they're going to become very popular in the next 5 years. And it's just going to help. It's just going to do that very quickly. I really hope it will explode as soon as possible. Great example. I think the Internet of Things could bring us self-driving cars very soon. Yeah, me too. Franklin says, hey Jack, you're a bit early today. The time changed. So, yeah, it's confusing. It's so confusing. Park gave the thumbs up button. Thank you very much. Aster from Malaysia, this is the first time you're joining live. I need a sound effect. I need to do something. Greetings from Barcelona. Good to see you. My friends are in Barcelona at the moment visiting. I love Barcelona. I love it. Let's have a look. I would be very happy if you did live lessons at this time every day. It's just going to change. I can't do them too early because I have to take my son to school. So I can't do them that early, but maybe in the future. Where are you living, Jack? I am in Asheville, North Carolina. It's a fantastic place. In yesterday's video, I talked about how you should come to Asheville. It's worth coming to Asheville. So, let's go back to this. Shall we do the song now or later? Let's do it now. Okay. This is the song of the week. Tracy Chapman, Fast Car. This is one of those songs that I used to like, and then I didn't like, and now I like it again. So I used to like this song, but then I went off it, which means I stopped liking it. But now I like it again. And this is the song of the week because when I was thinking about songs about cars and self-driving cars, Fast Car, Tracy Chapman. So listen to the lyrics. You've got a fast car. I've got a plan to get us out of here. I've been working at the convenience store, managed to save just a little bit of money. We won't have to drive too far, just across the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs, finally see what it means to be living. So there you go. A couple of things here. I've got a plan to get us out of here. This is relaxed pronunciation. It is, instead of saying out of here, a lot of the time we say outer here. And the other thing I wanted to mention, you and I can both get jobs. To get jobs. This is just one example of how we use the verb get to get a job, get a new job, etc. And finally see what it means to be living. And this last line just means what it means to be alive, to have a job, to do stuff. It's a really good song. It's a nice song. It's easy to understand the lyrics as well. So that's the song of the week. And what I want you to do is to listen to the song and let me know what you think. Last week, it was Bob Dylan, wasn't it? Was it Bob Dylan? Yeah, Blowing in the Wind. Did you guys listen to that song? Santo, I thought you were British. I am British, but I live in America. How cool is that? Could you share your free podcast link to fluency.com, click blog, and then you can watch the podcast there. Convenience store, what is that? So a convenience store is a small store that sells nearly everything. It usually sells groceries, some first aid stuff. It's an American term, a convenience store. It's very convenient to have this store near where you live. Vietnamese don't have enough money to buy a car, but others, they're thinking, No, I am eating and watching you. What are you eating? Guys, let me know what you're eating or drinking right now. I really want to visualize everyone. And I have a good idea for what I'm going to do in upcoming shows as well. So, Fast Car. It's a great song. It's a lot of fun. If you play the guitar, you can play this guitar. Let's move on. Because what we're going to do, and there is a link in the description, we're going to talk about how to learn any new skill fast so that you can explode your level of English. So that your level of English can explode. It can just get really big. You can improve your English really fast. So that's what we're going to do now. How to learn any new skill fast. And there are a few different terms and things that we can talk about here. There are 2 phrasal verbs. But firstly, what we can do is to define your goal. Now let's do the whole listen and read. Knowing your end goal is a critical first step to learning anything. It's what will keep you moving in a consistent direction, especially when things get tough, which they will. So it's important to define your goal as concretely as you can. Now, if you have my book, The 5-Step Plan to English Fluency, then you'll know how important it is to define your goal. Okay? And what they're saying here, it's a critical first step to learning anything. It's what will keep you moving in a consistent direction. So it's what is going to help you to keep improving consistently, especially when things get tough, when things get difficult. So people tell the story of a ship or 2 ships, okay? These 2 ships are in the docks, okay? And one ship it has a captain, it has a crew, and they say, okay, what we're going to do is we are going to go to China in the ship, and we're going to take this route. This is our goal. The other ship doesn't have any direction. It just sets off from the docks without any kind of goal and without a captain. This ship will get to China if it consistently keeps moving. This ship won't go anywhere. It's just going to go, maybe hit the side. It won't go anywhere. And the idea here is that a goal is going to help you get to where you want to go. It's the first step to anything. To have a goal and to consistently move towards it. So you have to define your goal. When it comes to learning English, what you can do is say, okay, I want my goal in the next 3 months to be to have a conversation for an hour and to feel confident about it, to be able to talk about a specific topic in English. Or it might be to give a presentation in English and to feel great about it and to be able to help people with this presentation. Or it might be to be able to write 10 emails in English over the next few weeks so that the other person understands these emails perfectly. So we can get quite specific with our goals. And also I talk about how we can define it by what level you want to have. So you might have that intermediate B1 level. Your goal might be to reach a C1 level in 6 months or in 12 months. So if we can concretely define this goal, then it will help us to consistently move forward when things get tough. So define your goal. Let's have a look. Chandra says, hello everybody. I'm sorry that I've missed the start of the lesson. The YouTube notification came after 22 minutes. YouTube, eh? Let's go back to this and try and keep the comments on topic. There's less of the lesson today because I want to have more time for questions at the end. So save your questions for the end of the lesson. Okay, another thing to help you learn anything fast, that's what we're talking about, is to break it down, to break your goal down. And it says here, as you find out more about the skill, start listing all the components involved in learning it, no matter how small. Pin down as many as you can, but don't worry about getting everything. So to break something down means to look at a big task and then to look at all the little details of this task. So when it comes to learning English, or let's just say given the presentation in English as your goal, to break this goal down, what you need to do is to firstly have your presentation. Make sure that the writing is correct. Make sure that you're using the correct words and phrases. Then write down your speech. Know how to pronounce all the different sounds in this speech. Practice. Get feedback from someone. Then practice a presentation over and over again. So there are many components involved in this goal. And breaking it down is listing these components and knowing exactly what you need to do, no matter how small those things are. And that is step 3 in the 5-step plan for English fluency, where I say, okay, you need to break down your goal. You need to know what is involved when you're doing this on a daily basis. So you need to know exactly what you need to do. And by the way, if you don't have my book yet, do this now to fluency.com/book, and you'll be able to download this for free. I go through a lot of this in this book. The next one is, and I love this, think of all the reasons you might give up. So another phrasal verb here. To give up means to quit. Be honest with yourself and make a list of them. Then, for at least your first 5 practice sessions, try to avoid any of the pitfalls you've outlined. So a pitfall is something that might make you give up. It's something that might make you give up. So think of all the reasons you might give up. I love this. I love this because sometimes when we start a new goal, when we start a new process of learning something new, we know that it is going to get tough. We know that there are certain things that will stop us from doing it. For example, let's say you've got the goal of wanting to be really fit and healthy, and you want to join a gym, but the gym is an hour away and you have to drive to the gym. That is a pitfall. That is a reason why you might give up, because it's a long way to go. It's a big commitment. You have to commit to this every day or 5 times a week. So therefore, what you might want to do instead is to buy the equipment you need and to have this in your house. Or another goal you might have is to run a marathon. And you know what you have to do is to go running. But it's winter. And you know it's going to be difficult to run when it's minus 12 degrees, when it's snowy, when it's icy. So what you can do instead is join the gym and run on the treadmill. Or to do other things to help you improve your running. So think of all the reasons why you might give up, and then try to avoid these things. Try to make it easier. Try to make it easier to get started. Another reason why you might give up is because it's boring. And if you join a language school and the lessons are boring, you're going to give up, because we do things that we want to enjoy. So think of all the reasons you might give up. And then finally, and I love this one, focus on the 20%. Let's read this together. According to Pareto's principle, 20% of your efforts will lead to 80% of your desired outcome. Here's where breaking down your goal into those sub-skills is really important. Of all the ones you identified, which fifth of them are the most essential to master? So 20% of your efforts will lead to 80% of your desired outcome. I'm going to give you 2 examples now. So what I do, I'm an online teacher, and I help English learners through my YouTube videos, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Snapchat, on VK, on all these different platforms. However, there are certain things I do that are more popular. Making a video on YouTube is more popular than sending out a tweet or making a video for Twitter. It's going to help my business more. So therefore, I focus on the things that are most important, the things that actually make a difference. Now, when it comes to learning English, okay, this is just vital. Because if you spend your time doing things like trying to memorize verb tables, I know you've done this. I know you have done this. And maybe they taught you this in school. But if you spend your time trying to memorize verb tables like cut, bring, brang, brung, whatever it is, I can't memorize them. But if you spend your time doing this, then you're not going to improve your fluency. And if your goal is to, let's say, improve your speaking and listening, then memorizing verb tables is just a waste of time. It's a waste of time. So instead, you should focus on the 20% that makes an actual difference. Things like doing things like mimicking native or proficient speakers, using something like the sentence method to help you improve, really working on the way you make the sounds with your mouth and knowing what to do with your mouth when you are making these different sounds. Let's go to the comment section. Dana says, what is your Snapchat to fluency? Add me on Snapchat. I might use it today. I haven't used it for a while, but add me on Snapchat. I don't see nothing with those social media. What do you mean by that? It's not easy to keep going on my New Year's resolutions. If you find it difficult, then choose one and make that a priority. Make it a priority. Because otherwise, if you have all these commitments and resolutions, you just feel overwhelmed and you can't do it. Your accent sounds Cockney, is it true? No, it's from Northern England. It's from Northern England. Don't think Cockney is British. Cockney is a small accent in London or parts of London. Santo, you should talk about linking words. I do in my program. I have a full lesson and all these different things coming this week. And you can find this program at tofluency.com/TFP. And in 2017, we have added 400 fluency phrases. This is where you can mimic me and memorize these phrases. 400 magic memory cards. And this pronunciation course coming this week, coming very soon. And we talk about linking in this. To fluency.com/TFP. There is a link in the description. And I'll leave one near the end of the lesson too. Gemma, you always say this. Some teachers will disagree with you, I'm afraid. I don't care. I don't care if teachers disagree. There's one thing about language teaching and teaching in general, which is kind of interesting. And it's this. In the past, to learn a new language, the majority of people had to go to a language school. And language schools are set up so that they can teach group lessons of 20 students. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more, but I feel like the average is about 20 students. And in that class, mainly they go through the textbook and they talk about grammar rules, they talk about verb tables, they talk about all these different things. And it's just a waste. It's a waste. It's not completely wasted. It's not completely wasted. For example, if you learn grammar rules and lots of examples, then you do retain some of that. And it does make it, in some cases, easier when you do things that actually work. But you can be doing things that just make such a bigger difference. Such a bigger difference. Ravi has a great comment here. Vocab learning is a waste without phrases, I think. I agree 100%. If you learn a word on its own, you don't understand how to use that word. So if you learn the word excited and you understand what this means, you can't use it because you don't know how it fits in a sentence. And this is where you see so many people make mistakes, because they translate the sentence from their native language into English. And what they'll say is, and they don't know the preposition. They don't know that we have to use a gerund. They don't know that it's an adjective that we use with to be. So you can say, I'm excited about the party. I'm excited about the party. And if you learn this phrase, then you can say things like, I was excited about the party. I'm going to be excited about doing it. I've been excited about seeing her for a long time. And you can use it in a flexible way, because when you learn the phrase, you're learning the grammar naturally. 1 June, the best way to learn a language is to go to that country, but it can't be done with everyone. Well, if you can't do it, then why do you worry about that situation? If you can't go to an English-speaking country, don't worry about it, because you can learn English from anywhere in the world. In fact, perfect example. I know people who moved to an English-speaking country for 2-3 years, and their English was really low. I know people who have never been to an English-speaking country, but within a year, they speak really well. Because it's all about your environment and what you do with that environment. There are so many things you can do to improve your English without going to an English-speaking country. And, it's just all about creating this environment and making it good for you. Can you teach pronunciation? Yeah, I've taught a bit today, and there are there are those lessons inside the TO Fluency program. Halil, what can I do to make my eyes blue? You can get those contact lenses, put them in your eye, and you'll be able to do that. Hi Jack, what do you think, from which level learners can start learning language by themselves without a teacher? From any level. Estella, fortunately we have YouTube and we can listen to native speakers. Yeah, exactly. Just having a look. Rosa, you are late, but don't worry about it. Just enjoy it, and then you can watch the rest later. Context is basic for learning vocabulary. Also, vocabulary needs to be learned with collocation. Yeah, this is just learning these phrases. It's learning these phrases. So you can learn the rules of do versus make, but you're never going to really learn them unless you see them and repeat them as part of a sentence. I made the bed this morning. I made the bed. There's no rule for that. It's just an expression. Okay, so let's just have a quick summary of this. Firstly, how to learn any new skill fast. You define your goal. You break it down. Think of all the reasons why you might give up. And then focus on what works. Focus on the 20%. Let's have a little practice now, and then we'll go into questions and answers. Okay, complete the sentence. Okay, this is a phrasal verb that we have just covered in this lesson. Don't something now. Don't something now. Don't something now. Okay, so in 3, 2, 1. Don't give up now. Don't give up now. This is a phrasal verb to means don't quit now. Don't quit now. So don't give up now. I'm just going to bring up the chat to see people. Yeah, Chandra got this right. Chandra got this right. A lot of people are saying give. Very good. Give. Give up. I'll come back to that, Park. Give. Okay, next one. This is from last week. This is going to be so interesting to see who gets this right. They decided to go on something. And this means not to work. Not to work. As a matter of principle. They decided to go on something. What does this mean? I'll complete this sentence. I'm going to give the answer in 3, 2, 1. They decided to go on strike. They decided to go on strike. And this is from last week. This is from last week. So check out last week's lesson to learn what this means. They decided to go on strike. No one's got this yet. I love it. Picnic. People are saying picnic. Holiday, vacation. Estella, yeah, they decided to go on strike. Christina, Rosa, Mina, Franklin, Gabriella. A lot of people are saying vacation. And obviously vacation and holiday work. They decided to go on holiday. They decided to go on vacation. So that works fine. That works fine. But the one I was looking for was strike. Strike. Are you ready for the last one? Let's something this down. Let's something this down. This is a phrasal verb from today's lesson. Let's something this down. And I'm going to give the answer in 3, 2, 1. Let's break this down. Let's break this down. Let's break this down. You'll hear people in interviews say this. Let's break this down. Firstly, this. Secondly, that, etc. All right, so we had a couple of people say this already. Break. Monica says break. Erica. There we go. Ella as well. Very good. Very good, everyone. By the way, there is a little delay between me speaking and then the live lesson. So therefore, it takes some time for these comments to come in. Hopefully soon, they're going to make this better. They're going to make this better. All right. It's time for question and answers. Guys, if you have questions about English, about learning the language, about today's topic, about anything at all, then please leave them in the chat box. This is your time to ask me anything. Ask me anything. Luca says, hi Jack, how do you turn this online-based activity into a business? Well, firstly, you need to offer something. You need to offer something. So in my case, I offer the TO Fluency program. This is a course that you can pay for, and you get a lot of value from this. So people love this program. And then you need to build up awareness so that people know about this program. And you can teach one-to-one lessons as well. You can teach one-to-one lessons as well. Let's have a look at the comment section. I'm just going to go back up. I wonder who will have learned faster, us or your children? My children. Because they are constantly exposed to English. they have this innate desire to learn the language for survival. They constantly get feedback and they use their English every day. That's the reason why children learn fast. And the idea is that you can mimic what children do to learn English even faster by having this desire to learn, by surrounding yourself in English, by getting feedback all the time. What did you study in college? I studied economics, business economics. I didn't really get a lot out of it. I feel like my time at university was wasted. It was wasted. Why did you decide to teach English? I kind of like... It was more out of flexibility because when my wife was living in America, I was in the UK and I needed something that I could just do either in America or the UK. So I started to teach English online and then I really liked it. I really liked it. I forgot to ask, where do you live? Asheville, North Carolina. It's just a fantastic place. Art Boar says, say hi to me. Hello. Hello. Is it important to put a deadline on our goals? Christina, great question. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. When you put a deadline on your goal, it gives you the urgency to actually do it. If you just say, oh, I want to do this, then there's no urgency to do anything. There's no urgency to actually do it. And people just put this off. They just delay the start of doing this. But when you have a deadline, it just makes you actually do it. It makes you do it. So if I say, okay, I'm going to complete this course, this pronunciation course by tomorrow, then it makes me do it today and tomorrow. If I say, oh, I'm going to do this course, but well, I don't know when, then there's no urgency to do it. Do all phrasal verbs have verbs as synonyms? I don't think so. I don't think so. So there are certain ones where, you know, to give up means to quit, but to wake up, I can't think of another way to say that, to wake up. And sometimes they do, but they have it, the synonym is like really old English, really old English. Do you speak received pronunciation? No. I think only 2% of people in England speak RP. The rest don't. I've learned English in college. The problem is I can't understand common English. What should I do? Listen as much as you can to everyday English. Get these fluency phrases if you can afford the course, because then you can listen to real phrases and repeat them. You can improve your just the way you speak by listening to sounds and making changes, and just practice as much as you can. Practice as much as you can. Gemma had a question about can or can't in British English. Can, can't. Can I highlight this? Fantastic. Can, can't British English, please. What do you want to know? How to say it? Can, can't. Can, can't. In American, it's can, can't. Can, can't. Can, can't. I love it. What are the names of your dogs? Lyle and Toby. Or Toby and Lyle. Lyle and Toby. Toby and Lyle. Do you believe that losing an accent is really important? No. I think it's great when people speak great English with their own accent. And it's very difficult to lose your own accent. It's very, very difficult. Not many people do it. And there's definitely a difference between being able to say the sounds correctly but having a slight accent. Do you think rhythm in English is important? Yeah, definitely. English is about the rhythm, the stress, the intonation. It makes such a difference. Do you speak any other language? If so, could you say something in it? Algo. Quelque chose. I know that's an old joke. Pero puedo hablar en español un poco? Hace mucho que no hablo. Necesito practicar más. I didn't hit that last R. It's very difficult for me to like change. Just getting some really funny questions. What do you think about learning different languages at the same time? That's Gabrielle at the top. Yeah, I think it all comes down to priority. It's a good idea to think about why you need to learn two languages, and if you have that desire to do it. If you have the desire to do it, then do it. Definitely. And it's obviously possible because children do it. Lots of people do it. Do you have any bird? I don't know what that question means. How long will it take to get to an advanced level from intermediate if learning properly? Well, that's a great question because you said if learning properly. Because the two things that are important if you want to improve your English quickly, the two things are the time you spend doing this on a daily basis, how many hours a day, and what you do with that time. Some people have gone from nothing to a high level in 3 months because they're probably good at learning languages. They spend all their day learning them and they also do the right things. Other people don't learn anything in 3 years because they hardly spend any time doing it and they do the wrong things. Hablas muy bien el español. Gracias. Do you plan to teach Spanish? No, I don't. No plans to teach Spanish. I love this question. Maxime, what foreign accent do you prefer? French, German, Japanese? I really like French. I like German too. And I like Russian. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I really like Russians speaking English because they don't have the intonation in their own language. Everything is just, like this and there's no intonation. And it's just really good to listen to. Will you continue tomorrow? I don't know. I might have a lesson tomorrow, probably on Facebook Live. I heard the friends in the series. I'm ready to get the hell out of here. What's the function of meaning the hell? It adds emphasis. It makes it stronger. What the hell are you doing? I'm going to teach that in the course. What the hell are you doing? It just adds emphasis to it. I know in Spanish they'll say something else instead of hell. I won't say that here, but it always makes me laugh. But anyway, what the hell are you doing? Someone's asking about advice about learning more than one language at the same time. I think a good idea is there are different ways you can separate it. And I think a good idea is to think of yourself as a different personality in English and Spanish. I know when I start speaking Spanish, I am very direct. I'm very direct. I become a different person, a different personality. And it can help. Nathan says, why didn't I get a notification? I'm so sorry that YouTube isn't sending these notifications. It's really frustrating. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out an email every Wednesday to people. So if you're on my email list and you can join here, then I'll send you out an email to fluency.com/book. Do you know which country my name is? I don't. Maybe South Korea? I don't know. Please let me know. I'm saying South Korea as my guess. It's my guess. Irina, I'm from Russia. Very cool. Gemma knows what word I'm talking about down here. Gemma knows what word. What the hell are you doing? Get go. I won't say it. Get go. I really want to say it. It's funny. That's funny. How many minutes left of this live video? About 5, I think. Do English speakers have trouble with their own language? Philippe, this is such a good question. Yes, they do. I have problems. Sometimes I mispronounce words. Sometimes I say the wrong thing. Sometimes I don't know what vocabulary item to use. Sometimes people can't understand me. Sometimes I use the wrong grammar. No one's perfect at English. No one is perfect. But it's all about improving all the time. I'm constantly trying to improve myself. I learn new words and phrases all the time. I learn them all the time. I'm trying to think of the last one I learned. Rodolfo, I'm thinking of a different word here. A different word that people use in Spain especially. The hell are you saying? Okay, cool. What words do you know in Portuguese? Not that much. I can, if I look at these words and I can understand them. I can read Portuguese quite well. Hi Jack, do you have an account on the website italki? I would like to get a lesson individually with you. Now, I don't teach one-to-one lessons. Instead, I give people feedback inside this to Fluency program. And part of this course that's coming soon here, I'm going to see if I can highlight it. You're going to upload your audio of you speaking, and I'm going to give you feedback on it. And I also give you a general feedback as well on your speaking. It's a great program. Check it out, tofluency.com, TFP. What's your favourite football team? It's Preston North End. Preston North End. ¿Qué estás haciendo? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Angel. But in English, that word translated directly is really rude. It's probably the worst word in the English language, or one of them. However, in Spanish, it's different. When should I pronounce a letter like can't after chance using a southern British accent? Yeah, it just depends. Like there's words like bath instead of bath, laugh instead of laugh. And that's something that people do in the south of the UK. So yeah, it's just try to practice. Just when you listen to it, you can do it. It's a really rude word in British English, and Estella says they don't use it in Argentina, that word we're talking about. Do you have an online course for English teachers? I do. teachenglishonlinecourse.com. teachenglishonlinecourse.com. I wonder if I can send you a message. Put user, I can add moderators here. Very cool. Yeah, but have a look here. No, I'm not going to type it here. teachenglishonlinecourse.com. Do you think tongue twisters are beneficial for pronunciation? Yes, I do. And in fact, I have a lesson on that inside the Fluency program that's coming this week. I like your Northern English accent. Thank you so much, David. Should I pronounce the T in often? It depends. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. Often. I'd say more often than not, I don't. I just came for school. Did I miss much of the lesson? Yep, you've missed an hour of the lesson. Which is your favourite TV programme or series? Well, I'm excited about Game of Thrones in July. It's going to come in July. I'm very excited about it. Very, very, very excited about it. Okay, on that note, what I'm going to do is just have a quick recap of the lesson. So, firstly, we talked about voiced versus unvoiced sounds, and the difference between fast and vast, pay and bay. We also had a look at this lesson and how happy we are. saying that self-driving cars could explode at any moment. My wife said, not literally. But in the idiomatic expression, it means to become popular very quickly or to increase rapidly. I want this YouTube channel to explode. So again, please just click that like button and share it. We've nearly had 100 likes so far. 104. 105. So click that like button if you are enjoying this lesson. We also talked about the lesson, the song of the week. You've got a fast car. I've got a plan to get us out of here. My singing is terrible, but I'm building up my confidence to sing more live on YouTube. So check this out. It's a great song. It's a song of the week. Then we talked about how to learn any new skill fast. Firstly, define your goal. Break it down. Think of all the reasons you might give up and focus on the 20%, the most important part. I go through this inside my book, The 5-Step Plan for English Fluency. If you are in the live chat, here is a link for you to download this book for free. Just click that green button, enter your details, and I'll send it to your email address. And then, if you want the premium program, with all these fluency phrases, the 400 magic memory cards. In fact, there are nearly 1,000 now in total. And you want this new course coming soon. I think there are about 12 lessons, downloadable audio, and evaluation. It's all part of the complete package. And I'm going to put the price up for this package soon. So check it out, tofluency.com/TFP. The link is in the live chat. I need to improve my singing, don't I? I think, when we're talking about goals, one of my goals is to be able to speak in different accents and to be able to sing better, a priority. So when I was talking before about the fact that we have different priorities, and if you have different goals and learning more than one language at one time, it's all about making it a priority. So for me, my priority is this YouTube channel, my business. Then it's my health and fitness and going to the gym, okay, getting in the best shape of my life. Then it's learning languages and accents and singing and things like that. But those things aren't a priority. So it's really important that you do think about what you want to prioritize, what you want to make a priority. Gemma says, thanks, Jack. Well done. Please continue singing. I'm going to. What do you use for your hair? I use something called Bedhead. It smells really good. I'm starting to put more in. It's solid. It's really hard, that. It's like a rock. My hair is like a rock right now. Okay. I can tell that we're going to get more questions. I'm going to have to end it. It's been over an hour of the TO FLUENCY Show. Guys, if you have enjoyed it, press that like button. Click that share button. Share this video. I really appreciate it. And if you're new, subscribe and click that bell. And then one last thing, check the description. There'll be links in there for you for my book and my program. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Speak to you all soon. Bye for now.